Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Annisa and I post fashion, beauty, skincare, life care, everything because I'm a little bit everywhere, but who isn't? Anyway, in today's video, I will be doing my hair. It's really not nerve-wracking. I've been doing my hair for a while now. I'm a licensed cosmetologist, and then with COVID, I just decided to start doing my hair myself instead of going to salons because I wasn't even working in the salon anymore. So I have everything sitting here. Everything. I do this even with my clients when I'm working in the salon. What I do is I write down my game plan. I assisted someone who really didn't have a game plan other than just mix up bleach. I have this color, mix up the color. But I'm the type of person, it's like, okay, we're gonna section, I write it down, we're gonna section, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, we're gonna cut, we're gonna blow dry, and then I'm gonna check her out. I do all of that. So I have a note card here that I wrote everything down on. So first I'm going to section my hair into 4 sections. I'm going to pull my hair down, section it up. I'm going to mix some bleach up. I have this bowl. This is my at-home bowl, so it's a little dirty, but it's for me. I'm going to mix up bleach in one of these. So this is the one I'm going to be using for my whole head. This one I'm going to use more towards the top and the front. I'm giving myself highlights and fixing up my balayage. Not fixing, but touching up because it's been quite a few months. I should have done this back in January, but I didn't. It is now July. So here we are. Anyway, so I'll be mixing up in one of these bowls some bleach with 20 volume. And then I'm going to work my way up. And once I'm about here, I'm going to mix up bleach with 30 volume because then it needs to catch up with this one. And then once I get to up here, because I want to give my bangs, I want my bangs to be very bleached, especially my sides. I just want around my face to be very bleached and light. I need that to catch up with this back here, so that will be then 40 volume, which sounds terrifying, but it literally only stays on for 5 minutes versus this being on for 30 because I have a lot of hair. It takes forever to section it and get through it, especially since it's curly. But yeah, within the bleach, I like to mix up a little bit of this pH bonder just to be safe. You can never be too safe. It's Redken. It's kind of old, so that's why I just want to get rid of it. For bleach, I have the Redken Flash Lift Bonder inside. This has actually a bonder in it, but I like to be extra careful. This is just a little packet sample size I received. So I'll be mixing this along with my Pulp Riot bleach. This is a Rapid Lift Powder Bleach. I can't speak. So once I'm done with all that, I'm gonna let it once I get to the front, I'm gonna check the back. If it's still not lifted to the desired level I want it to be at, I'll let it sit for another 10-20 minutes. I'll keep checking on it for every 5 minutes because I don't want to damage and melt my hair out. Then I'm going to wash my hair with my Redken Pore Filler. Where did I put it? I brought it out. Hold on. So now I grabbed it. This is my Redken stuff. Once I go wash the bleach out, once it's ready to be washed out, let me move more towards the center. I'm going to go shampoo it out. I'm going to do a double shampoo just to make sure it's really all out. I'm going to use the Redken Extreme Bleach Recovery. It's a porosity filler because when you bleach your hair, you're just killing your porosity. You're just opening up, you're swelling and opening up your cuticle, and you want that to kind of go back down in order to just kind of close it up while also leaving a little bit more room so you can still tone after. But you want to just kind of close so you're not fully damaging it and letting everything else in the air and life mess it up. I love this stuff. I've been using it. I actually got it during quarantine, so I've been using it myself. But every time I bleach my hair, I use it, and it's beautiful. My hair likes it. And I only use it after I bleach. I don't use it consistently. I only use it after I bleach. It's beautiful. Then when I'm done using that and I get out, I'm going to towel dry my hair. I don't like to fully blow dry my hair because I don't like adding so much heat to my curls because curly hair is already so fragile and can be damaged. And especially with the bleaching, that's going to cause so many issues. So I'm not going to blow dry it, and because they say you should dry the hair before toning, I towel dry my hair and tone, and it's always been totally fine. So I'm going to towel dry my hair as best as I can, not too rough, because again, I don't want to damage it. And then I'm going to tone my hair. I don't know what toners I'm using yet. That just depends on when I look at it. Normally I go for the 9 T's. I use Redken. I went to a Redken school, so I really only know a Redken base school. I went to a cosmetology school, but we only used Redken. We have an affiliate with Redken. So I usually only use Redken, but I usually use the 9 T's, 9 V's, 9 T's. I'm not definitely going all blonde. I'm going to leave my roots. I'm going to leave some of my roots. I just need to fix my balayage and again highlight. So let's pull this down. I just want to show you what my hair looks like right now. So every time I record videos or take pictures recently, I've been noticing how grown out my hair is. If I had straight hair, I definitely would have already done my hair, probably back in January, maybe even December. But when you have curly hair, you can kind of get away with leaving it for a little bit longer just because it curls up. And if I were to straighten it, you'd see that I have a lot of growth. Like when I have my hair wet, my mom looks at it and she's like, oh, your hair has grown out a lot. I'm like, yeah, you can definitely see it. So I don't want all that growth. I still want some root though, but I'm definitely gonna go up. And I'm not gonna go over my ends too much with the bleach. Maybe I'll go in and like real quickly, like with some shampoo and bleach that I have left over, and like do the ends in the shower just to lighten them a little bit, but I don't want them too light because again, I don't want to break them. But yeah, my roots are pretty dark. And again, I want to make this all kind of blonde. I'm not going off of any pictures. I'm just kind of going off of what I know I like for myself. Like these were totally blonde to the root a couple months ago. And I've had that much regrowth. My hair grows back pretty fast actually. So yeah, let me get sectioning and we'll get started. Okay, I have my hair parted in the 4 sections. I have right here, I did pull out a piece right here because I'm going to be getting started on this piece. There's a lot of brown. I don't really care about my underside too much because my underside isn't shown a lot, but I do want some movement underneath there. So if it ever is up or wind or whatever, I do want some movement under there, but I just don't pay much attention to it just because it is underneath, nobody sees it. So let me put my gloves on, let me get my foil out, and we'll get started. I have my gloves on, I have my bleach mixed up, and I'm ready to go. So I'm just gonna weave it. It's a little bit harder to do it on yourself because, especially the back, because you really can't see it. And then when you have curly hair, it's hard to like disconnect it. But it's disconnected there. Now I'm going to take my bleach. And I like to use, you're supposed to use your comb underneath because it acts as a guide. I take my bleach. This is all like so hard. It's so much harder to do on yourself, and it definitely takes longer than going to like a salon and getting it done, just because like I've gotten my hair done at salon, at like my salon or whatever, and it definitely doesn't take this long. I just can't see what I'm doing half the time, so I just have to kind of guesswork it. So again, this is 20 volume. I'm gonna pull this. It's definitely, again, it's harder to do it on yourself. I'm gonna pull out my end because I don't want that being a bunch of bleach on it. And if there's some bleach sticking out, it's like, I don't really care. Again, it's myself. I'm not gonna worry about it too much. Let me show you one more time. Just because, why not? And again, it's hard to part it too because it's curly hair and I haven't washed it in a couple days. So it's not detangled. So there's that. Again, I'm gonna weave it. And when I do this, I always make sure my windows are open, so both of my windows are open. I have towels everywhere because I don't want to get bleach everywhere. And yeah, okay. So I have that parted. I grab my foil. It's definitely hard to grab foils with gloves on. That's why a lot of times in the salon you'll see people doing bleaching and stuff with no gloves on. It's just easier, but it's definitely damaging for our hands. Like, we should not be using gloves. I like to try to saturate it as much as I can. Kind of pull it down to where I see the bleach. And again, I'm gonna like kind of like lighten the bleach I have up with any of the excess bleach I have left over. And fold that. And that's it. So I'm going to do the rest off camera until I get up to here, and then like to the top part. Then I'll show you what I'm doing there. And yeah, so I'll be back. To show the front part being done. I have bleach all over my clothes. My clothes are totally like at home clothes now because there's bleach all over them. But I went through, I weaved the whole thing, and then there were pieces towards the front that I just fully bleached, and then there were other pieces I decided to go back and tease backwards, just to blend it better. Teasing it and then putting a little bit of bleach over it will help it blend better. But up here are my bangs. I decided just to go through and bleach through. I didn't want to bleach fully like around, so I know at the beginning I said I was going to bleach fully around my face. That wasn't the right like terminology, just because I feel like it would look really weird if with my curly hair just to have bleach here and like the rest kind of highlighted. I think it would look a lot cuter on someone who has like straight hair or even like wavy hair. I think it'd be a lot cuter. But for me with my curly hair, I think it would just kind of look off. So I just did my bangs. I did highlighting around here. Here's a piece right here that I kind of missed when I was putting it in. But yeah, foil all through my hair. I literally look crazy. I made sure to really highlight the top because that part's really always seen. That's the part that always drives me crazy when I'm taking videos or pictures. That's the part I always see. So like I said before, the bottom I don't really care much about, but once I start getting towards the top, that's where I start really like caring. I actually have a lot of bleach left. So what I'll do when I go to get in the showers, I'm going to mix some shampoo in it to dilute it, because right now it's a 40 volume. I'll dilute it with some shampoo, and then I'll just scrunch it into my ends to really highlight my ends a lot better. And yeah, even when I start getting towards the end where I start seeing that these back pieces are starting to get like as light as I need them to, I may just put my glove back on, paint my glove with some, and then scrunch it in, so then that can get a little highlighted. And then in the shower, again, put some shampoo in it, dilute it even further, put it all in and leave it for like a minute or two, and then just shampoo my hair. So the pH balancer that the Redken comes with, I'm supposed to leave this on for 10 minutes before I shampoo, but I really just don't want to do all that since I'm going to be using this, which you leave on for like 5 minutes, I believe. Let me read it again real quickly, but I believe it's just 5 minutes or even less than that. So 4 doses to ends of base on hair length, 1 dose, blah blah blah, work into light lather and rinse. Yeah, so it doesn't even say to like leave it in for long. So I'm going to do this, then shampoo, and then I'll towel dry my hair, toner, and then with the toner I'll put the second packet of pH bonder in it because I like to use as much bonder as I can. And then when I go get in the shower, I'll put this on for the 10 minutes, kind of act as a deep conditioner. Then I'll shampoo, condition, and do everything like that. And I probably won't show you the end result until tomorrow, where I can style it and everything, because today it's just gonna look really wet and I'm gonna look like a wet dog and you won't be able to see anything, especially since it's getting darker. You won't be able to see the true color, but I'll show you me toning it and everything tonight. It's already 4:35. I started at 3. So it's actually the fastest I've gone through and foiled my hair. Let's look at one of these back pieces real quick. I'm not putting my gloves back on for this. So it's getting a little light. It looks green just because the bleach is blue. So it's gonna look green because it means it's yellow right now. It's getting there. It's definitely getting there. And then I literally just finished. Let me wipe this on the towel. This is a bleach towel. It's all bleached out. Let me check these pieces up here. These feel pretty warm. If I can get it open. Okay. Yeah, so that one I just kind of finished up. So it hasn't been sitting for too long. So I'm gonna let them sit. I'm actually going to, because the front needs to process pretty quickly, I'm gonna put this on because this is going to hold all the heat in. So yeah, so all these top pieces I had just finished. I'm just gonna shove in here and let them just sit while I sit here and watch TV for a little bit, and I'll check back in probably 5 minutes, show you how they're looking. If they're not looking right still, if they still need some time, I'll set another timer for 5 minutes. And that's just how I do this. I just keep setting timers for 5 minutes. I know a lot of people will just say 10, especially if you have straight hair that's less damaged or anything. But again, I have curly hair. I'm very anal about my curly hair. So I will check every 5 minutes. So yeah, I'll see you in 5 minutes. Okay, so I've cleaned up a little bit. I like to move around when I'm waiting for this to heat up, especially with this. Like, I can feel this is already warm. I like to move around because I don't have a heater, like a dryer here. There's been times I've like plugged in my blow dryer and blow dried it, but I just don't feel like doing that. So again, let's check a different one. Let's check this one down here. So this one, oh yeah, she's really light. Okay. So that's the reason why I'm not putting them up here, because I don't want them to get like overcooked. So I know my bangs aren't really closed up. Why aren't they closed? They got moved. Okay, so let's check this piece again. Okay, so it's moving around, it's getting lighter. That's good. So there's that. Let's check the bangs since it's against the no, I can feel I'm touching the bleach. And I should not be. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely getting light. So I would probably give it another 10 minutes. I'm gonna close that up a little bit better. Okay. Maybe it was like another 10 minutes. So it's 4:46 right now. I'll see you in 10. And then for like, I'll most likely have to wash it out because these bottom pieces are getting really light. So I'm going to actually scrunch my hair. So I'm actually gonna take this off, scrunch it, and then throw it all back up. So yeah, I'll see you in 10 minutes. Okay, so I scrunched this in my hair. You can see it's a little bit lighter in some places. Let's check the side right here. And I kind of pull these, I fold these weird. So yeah, that's pretty light. That's where I want it. The bottoms always end up being super light, but I can just tone them really well. Sometimes I even do like 2 different toners where I tone these a little bit darker with these same colors. I don't know, it's hard to explain. Like, I'll use like a dark tone along with like the violets and blues and stuff I was going to use for these, and then I'll just use the blues and violets and stuff up here. So it just depends. Let's check these ones out. Okay, so I definitely think they're ready to come out, and it's gonna take a while to get all these out. So I'm gonna do that off camera because it takes forever to get these all out, make sure I got them all out, because I don't want them to fall into like the shower, because I just don't want foil all over the shower, maybe slipping on them. So I'm gonna pull these out off camera, and I will come back with my hair wet. Okay, so this is my hair towel dried out of the shower. I'm very yellow, but this is pretty much how light I want it to be. Let's see the underside, if you can even see it at all. So you see there's some movement, some lighter pieces I'm totally fine with. I also plan on going through and trimming my hair either tonight or tomorrow, depending on how dry I feel it is. Yeah, here's how it looks. I know those pieces got really light, but I'm gonna go through and tone them. I have 2 different toners mixed up. So this one is my large bottle. I haven't mixed it yet. I haven't shaken it yet. This is my lighter tones. It's going to tone everything. So this is my 9NB, 9N, and 9V. These are going to tone out the yellows while adding some warmth and overall color. And I'm not really supposed to, because it explodes. Yeah, so you're supposed to lightly shake it. So I'm not gonna go through with the clips just yet. I'm gonna use the clips in a second when I go through and use the darker, but I'm going to just flip that. I just don't want to use clips like over and over and over. It's just really annoying. I'm just gonna start spreading that on. And then with my gloves, that's why I should always use gloves. Like, I want to make sure I really get these pieces. Actually, maybe I should pull out my clips, because I definitely need to make sure I tone those pieces and not just like all of my hair. Okay, so let's do it again. So I'm actually gonna put some in my hand instead. And I'm back in the same clothes because it's not like I washed my body or anything. I just threw back on the same stuff, and then I plan on, when I'm done using toning all this, washing my body and everything. So actually, since I already have it all sectioned, I'm gonna go through with my darker one. This one has 4WG, 4NB, and a little bit of 3 and 5 in it. I'm just gonna put it at the tops, so it's like a root melt. Yeah, it's gonna explode. Okay. I'm just gonna make sure just to put it up here and kind of downward. This is just to darken the root, so then there's like not a clear line of, oh yeah, you bleached it. And if it gets down to the bottom down here, again, this is my underneath, I don't care. So this again is my all over toner that I'm using. I'm getting it all over everything, but it's totally fine. I'm just gonna spread that down. I'm even going to, I'm getting it all over my shirt. This is definitely my, I'm doing my hair at home shirt now. Okay, and then those lines, we don't want them. So with the darker, I'm just gonna go in, I'm just gonna smudge that. I know, that spilled on my hand, thank God. So I can already see it kind of toning. I swear there's something in my eye. Okay. I'm just gonna go through and just kind of start doing that, just smudging it. Just because you want it to just kind of all blend together. I have it on my face, but it's okay. It's already late, so again, I won't be able to show you the like finished look until tomorrow when it's pretty much dry. I have it styled. That was awesome. When I have it all styled, I can put some makeup on and style it. If you're this far into the video, tell me what color I should dye my hair. I mean, I don't ever like dye it. I use color shampoos because I have a commitment issue. But definitely tell me. I'll do it. If there's an overwhelming amount of people that are saying one thing, I'll do it. Okay, and you don't want to like stick it to your scalp, like smooth it down. When you do that, you don't allow oxygen into it, and oxygen is what helps tone it. So I know, look, that's already looking so much better. I just wanted some color back in my hair. I have it all over me. I'm pretty sure like my body is probably colored. It's all over my shirt. Okay. But yeah, I'm just going to put my this back on. I don't know why it keeps moving. I need to stop moving it. And like it's all over my cheeks. I can already, it's all over my neck, my cheeks. Like I'm gonna be out of commission for pictures for a day or two. But it's a Saturday and I don't usually take pictures on Saturdays. But yeah, that's already looking really rich and how I want it to look. I have some of this left, so I'm just gonna go on my floor. Get that all over my hair. Good, I don't want to waste any. Again, it's really conditioning, and I want all the conditioning I can get. You saw that, right? It just shot onto my hand. Okay. And toner tends to look dark. It ends up lightening when you wash it, but even if it comes out a little bit darker, it'll wash over the days I wash it. But right now I'm kind of dark and I'm like, I don't mind it. I've been light for quite a couple years now. I mean, it's like not quite a couple years, but I think 2-3 years I've been pretty light. I mean, I'm normally pretty dark. I'm like my root color with red highlights. That's my natural tone. So, I mean, I don't know. It'll be nice to like see some darkness. Maybe I'll go dark for like the winter if this doesn't make me dark. But I mean, let me just clean myself up. Okay, so I'm gonna let this sit on for another, I don't know, 20 minutes. And I'll clean these out. I like to clean these in the shower, actually. It's just a lot easier. So I'm gonna clean these in the shower with me, and then I'll check in and show you guys what it looks like wet, and then I'll show you what it looks like tomorrow dry. So yeah. Okay, so it's the next day and I have my hair done. I didn't record the after I got out of shower with my hair wet just because it looked really dark and it was already dark outside. I didn't have any natural lighting to show you how it would look, and I just didn't see the point. I would just rather show you how it looked after. This is how it looks, so you can definitely see it's lightened. And again, I wanted to show some root, so I just didn't want to like go all the way and make myself blonde. That wasn't the point. I just wanted some root still. But see, I have some great little chunks there. I'm just overall way blonder, which is exactly what I wanted. And I know when I got out the first time with the bleach and I showed you, I was like pale blonde, and now I'm a little bit darker. I'm like a honey kind of tone, which is exactly what I wanted, because as the toner washes out and I do all of my deep conditionings and stuff, it's definitely going to get darker, lighter, because the toner will just wash out. So I'm not too worried about it. I did trim my hair a little bit, but not as much as I thought I was going to have to. Usually after I bleach my hair, I have like a bunch of really gross pieces and I have to do all of that. But no, this was way better. I think it's because all the bonders I used, and I did use the Olaplex number 8 when I got out. I don't use the whole Olaplex system because it's really expensive. But I do use the Olaplex 8. I try to use some type of Olaplex system at least. So like sometimes I'll use the 6, the 7, which is the oil. This time I use the 8. My hair is very happy though. So this is how it looks. I'm very happy with the color. And yeah, so if I pull my hair back now, it won't be so dramatic of a line of brown. It just needed to get done. I'm so happy. It was looking bad, and I have pictures and modeling I have to go do, and I didn't want to show up to anything looking like that. I have commercials, I have to do so much stuff where I'm on camera, I have to take pictures, and I just don't want to look like that. So yeah, that was it. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, because I know hair is a huge question, especially curly hair. So if you have any questions, please feel free to comment down below and ask me. No question is wrong. I will answer all of them. So I will answer anything. Go ahead and comment down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.